Remember the saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree? Hold your tongue and say that while I tell you about Fred Couch and his son. Fred is the guy in Texas whose son was booked a couple of years ago for driving under the influence, killing a couple of friends, and then the court found that he had affluenza. That's when you're too rich to understand the consequences of your actions. So Fred the other day responds to a disturbance in his town of Lakeside, Texas, claims that he's a police officer, a reserve officer, gets there before the rest of the police, tells them all confident and friendly that he's in control of the scene, and shows them his phony police badge. Well, they didn't check it out, let him go at first. However, later on found out that he'd never been a police officer in the state of Texas and arrested him for impersonating an officer. You remember the crazy controversy a couple of years ago about TSA scanners, the full body scanners where they could see every part of your nude body underneath in certain screening lines. And yet, because of a test recently, they found that those scanners did not detect C4 explosives and handguns if they were concealed under plumber's tape. So all the people that they humiliated by looking at their bits and pieces, well, terrorists could just waltz onto a plane. They've since repurposed those scanners, not at airports anymore, but they're going to be at courthouses, which means less security, so why don't they just take junk prints from us? A bunch of nerds and retirees' pulses quickened this week when they found out that one of their favorite fashion accessories might be back. Matthew McConaughey, spotted wearing a fanny pack at the Reds-Astros game, says he has no fear.
You got to kind of put it on the side to make it look a little not as nerdy, but still practicality wins out. I got so much gear in here that I don't want in my pockets. I'm not afraid of the fanny pack.
A lot of people thought maybe it was time to get that old fanny pack back out and wear it. Since Matthew McConaughey can do it, it'll look good on them. So if you're going to go with the backpack, you might as well also go with the face-kini. It is a sock with holes for eyes, nose, mouth that's being worn on the beaches in China by sun-shy women. Don't want to ruin their skin, but they're making a lot of little kids cry because they all look like sea monsters. One of my favorite 5 things this week was the 33-year-old woman in South Carolina who's dozing on her couch in the middle of the afternoon when she hears a small explosion. She wakes up, looks up, sees the ass cheeks of her next-door neighbor hanging over her face. He has just deployed an A-bomb there. She chased the farter around her apartment until she could land 2 girl punches right in his puss. The police then came and arrested them both. And that's 5 things you should know.